So, if you had to pinpoint one key change that you're really excited about in ITIL 4, where would you be going?
For me, the most exciting thing is the fact that the guiding principles, which we were first introduced in Practitioner, are now part of the foundational elements, or part of the foundation of ITIL. The guiding principles, which I'm sure you know, you mentioned Practitioner a moment ago, are things like focusing on value, start where you are, progress iteratively. These are ways of working or recommendations on how to approach work. It's not about the processes, as we know. It's a more holistic view of how we think about work, how we manage that work, how we execute work. And we've had a lot of positive responses to the guiding principles about how it, once it's embedded in an organization's culture, in the fabric of service management, if you will, that it helps organizations be more agile, be more lean, more reactive to changing conditions in their organization. It helps embed a culture of service management. But rather than keeping it in a separate publication, what we've done with ITIL 4 is bring it into the heart of ITIL, and it's something that gets covered off at the very foundational level. So when you sit the ITIL 4 Foundation class, or you read the book, you will read about the guiding principles, you will understand how they help you and your organization execute work and provide value to your customers. And you only build from there as you go on to higher levels of learning. So for me, bringing the guiding principles into the heart of ITIL is probably one of the most exciting things we've done with ITIL 4.
Now, I genuinely have called the guiding principles 9 as it used to be, 7 as it is in ITIL 4. ITIL's equivalent of the Agile Manifesto almost. And certainly when you look at something like SAFE and SAFE's guiding principles, then there's an amazing matchup between scaled agile and what it believes and what IT service management and in particular ITIL believes. So that's got to be good to break down that, what's they call it, the wall of confusion.
Absolutely.
Between development and operations.
Absolutely. I think it's fair to say that there is a lot of alignment with guiding principles and other ways of working that have certainly emerged from the software development space. So if you consider a guiding principle like progress iteratively with feedback, that's certainly a way of working that has emerged and taken root within the software development community using agile techniques. You know, small iterative progression, understand the impact it's had, understand how what the organization needs to do differently or continue doing this in the same way, and you progress through small iterations. That's certainly the way agile software development thinks about work. When we talk about focus on value, that's something that a lot of lean practitioners talk about. I think ITIL expands the scope of what value means. It's not just value for customers, it's value for anyone in the ecosystem of the organization. So it could be value for suppliers, it could be value for regulators or tax authorities, it could be value for the employees, it could be value for society. Certainly the service provider is dealing with the customer and the most value has to be acquired by the customer, but there's a little bit more than that. So we talk generically about focusing on value, that if the work that you're doing does not create value for at least one of the stakeholders in this ecosystem, then why are you doing it? And that's certainly echoing a lot of the messages and principles of lean. So we did look at these new ways of working that have emerged, that have taken hold in service management, and derive these guiding principles from these different ways of working.